Hey everybody, so I'm back again with another video for your viewing pleasure or displeasure depending on your point of view. And today I want to talk about weightlifting belts, when and how you should start learning how to use a weightlifting belt when you're squatting or deadlifting. So let's kick straight on with that. Okay, something I've observed several times in recent months is that people who are relatively new to lifting, novice lifters, and they are squatting or deadlifting. I think we'll focus primarily on squats for the purpose of this video. Anyway, they're squatting heavier over a couple of months of training, and they get to the point where for the first time they are not confident of being able to make the lift. What then generally tends to happen is one of their mates jumps in and says they should be wearing a weightlifting belt to help protect their back. So the novice lifter throws on a belt, pulls it in so tight that they can't breathe properly, so they're not getting enough air into their belly. They step under the bar, and all of a sudden the sensation of having this rigid belt tight around their torso in conjunction with the lack of air getting into their belly and the heavy weight on their shoulders, they become completely disorientated by the three sensations working together. They end up forgetting every little bit of technique that they have learned to this point. And remember, they've probably only been lifting for a short period of time, so this technique won't be ingrained into a motor pattern anyway. And all of a sudden they are more at risk of picking up an injury than if they had tried to perform the lift beltless to begin with. Okay, so that's how not to learn how to use a weightlifting belt. How you should learn how to use a weightlifting belt is using a very light weight. I'm constantly telling people that you cannot learn technique on the main lifts under a heavy load. I even did a video on the subject that I will try and link here for you if I can figure out how to do that. So the way to learn how to use a weightlifting belt is to use an extremely light load. I would class learning how to use a belt under the heading of technique. So using that logic, it only makes sense that you can focus on the technique, and you can't do that if you're conscious of how much weight you're lifting. Ideally, the belt should feel like it's a natural extension of your body. Your body and the belt should feel like they are one, that they are both supporting you, and that is how you will be a better lifter and a safer lifter. Once you have mastered the technique of wearing a belt properly and wearing a belt to your benefit, you can then start to implement the belt into your training program as part of that program, or alternatively, when you do need a belt, just for an extra little bit of support, or indeed maybe even just for a little bit of peace of mind, the belt will help you rather than distract you. The belt should feel like it's a natural part of your lifting environment, not something that is alien and distracting to you while you're trying to lift a heavier, more challenging weight. So again, just to finish up, learn the technique of how to use a weightlifting belt effectively using a light load. Do plenty of reps, take your time, learn the ins and outs of it, be confident, because confidence is key when you're going heavier for the first time. So be confident the belt is helping you and not hindering you, and that is how a belt will help you when you're under a more challenging load. Okay, so that's the when and how you should start learning how to use a belt effectively. How you should actually use the belt from a technical point of view, I will go into in a follow-up video, so please leave a comment and like the video.